No More Heroes is really goddamn fun. That's how Anthony Birch started his review of the original game more than a decade ago, and I honestly can't think of a better combination of words to start a review of the Switch port. It is goddamn fun, even after all these years. Its sequel, No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle, is still so goddamn fun too. Most everything that was good or great back on the Wii is still good and great on Switch. I say most everything because a lot has happened in the world since Suda51 first introduced us to Travis Touchdown. As a crass otaku shut-in who spends his days watching porn and wrestling videos, and his nights staining his anime body pillow, he's never really been a class act. Jumping back into No More Heroes, I forgot just how poorly he treats the women of the game, either eyeing them purely as sexual fantasies, calling them bitches, or acting all chivalrous when tasked with killing them, even if an honorable death is what some of them want. But that's just the beginning of this hero's journey, and his personal growth through countless killings over 2 games results in a well-rounded character. He becomes a man who recognizes his role in the world, and the wrongs of his line of work, while still occasionally perving out on Sylvia. Though she is able to dish it out just as much as he can give, in its own weird way, No More Heroes and its sequel are not just stories of determination and revenge, but an epic tale of love between 2 seriously damaged people. But this world is full of damaged goods, and not just the ones you eviscerate with your beam katana. One of the key draws of the series is its collection of killers. Both games task Travis with climbing his way up the ranks of the United Assassins Association, first from the 11th rank spot and then from the 51st spot in the sequel. The members of the UAA you're asked to dispose of are an eclectic bunch of psychopaths. Desperate Struggle has a fun gallery of baddies like Margaret Moonlight and Matt Helms, though I think, on the whole, the assassins from the first game are the superior bunch. It's tough to top someone like Destroy Man or Bad Girl, or having to fight upside down against a wily magician. While the assassins from the first game edge out those in its successor, Desperate Struggle excels with its level design, which is one of the weakest points of the original. That's probably because everything in the first game had to be tied to a big empty open world map of Santa Destroy. I didn't care for the open world back when this originally released, and time hasn't exactly made its inclusion seem necessary. You still fight one too many bouts at the same damn parking garage and other equally uninspired locations like a subway, train, bus, or just a long, straight corridor. Any chance at a properly paced game goes right out the window when you find yourself driving from one side of the map to the other to complete menial jobs you have to do to buy your way into the next match of the UAA rankings. It quickly feels like unnecessary padding, and while both games are relatively short, Desperate Struggle makes far better use of its brief runtime. But even if I didn't like driving around the city, I will admit the streets of Santa Destroy have never looked so good. The art direction absolutely holds up, and Grasshopper and Engine Software have done a fantastic job converting these games to high definition with pretty solid frame rates. Unfortunately, those improvements don't seem to apply to anything not in the in-game engine, so pre-rendered cutscenes look fuzzy and unfocused compared to the rest of the visuals. It's particularly noticeable and jarring in Desperate Struggle. The fight against Charlie McDonald and his cheerleader squad is not a pretty sight. But that's easy enough to get past when the rest of the game is so damn fun to play. Both titles present players with 2 control options. You can play using the same motion controls found in the first title, or go with a standard control option like the one that was introduced in the sequel. I'm a bit of a purist, so anytime I was playing in docked mode, I broke out the wrist straps of my Joy-Con controllers. The motion controls benefit from improved technology here, and I still get a kick out of flinging my arm left to slice some fool in half. I have noticed moments where the controls would be slightly unresponsive, such as when I'm asked to press Y to execute a guy on the ground, but these moments are fleeting. What's not fleeting is the immense joy I have going through both these titles again. Sure, I think Desperate Struggle is the more well put together of the two, but they each have their own quirks, charms, and moments of frustration that are unique to them. I don't care for having to raise money just to progress through the story like you need to do in the first game, but I still get a kick out of seeing Travis mow a lawn or catch fire when I overfill a gas tank. The giant mech battle of the sequel is a massively wasted opportunity, but by unshackling the narrative from the open world design, the developers were able to flesh out Santa Destroy and its inhabitants. I've been playing No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle for more than a decade now, and they never cease to amaze me with their untethered style, violent action, and satisfying combat. With these HD ports on Switch, you can be damn sure I'll be playing them into the next decade as well. For more news, written reviews, and far fewer assassins, check out Destructoid.com.